Welcome to Defining Dad Bod, where we work to untangle the messy knots of the health and fitness industry as if your children's lives depended on it. Because they do. This is where we decide to make our bodies stand for something bigger than ourselves. This is where we find practical wisdom to live by, one powerful conversation at a time. May the words spoken here inspire you to keep moving forward no matter where you are. Who knows who you could be if you could become 1% better every single day.
We can do the show thanks to the support of listeners just like you. For more information how you can become part of the inner circle, go to findingdadbod.com/inner circle.
What's up, guys? This is Alex Van Houten with Defining Dad Bod. I hope you're doing super well. Happy summer solstice. This is the end of the Defining Dad Bod Season 2, finishing on the TRUFIT finale. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. It's going to be awesome. One quick piece of housekeeping. After this episode, we will take a 1-week break from the Defining Dad Bod podcast, courtesy of a weekend getaway for mine and Kristen's 5-year anniversary. I know, I'll miss you terribly too. But don't you worry, I've got a powerful start for Season 3 planned for us, and I'm excited to catch you in a week. Now let's get to this TRUFIT finale. And keep your ears open for the end, because we have an exciting mastermind coming up that I'm sure you'll want to be a part of. I appreciate you joining us here at Defining Dad Bod. Thank you for listening, and I hope you find this episode valuable. Welcome to the thoughtful end of a powerful chapter. We're closing down the TRUFIT Series today. If you've been following the series since the beginning, which was all the way back in December of last year, either you're a little sad that it's over or kind of relieved and ready for me to move on. Either way though, it's bittersweet for me, and I hope I've earned an episode to summarize it, close it down, and tell you what I've learned from the process. So back in December, I was anticipating how we were going to support those who wanted to make changes in 2020 here at Defining Dad Bod. And when I sat down to write it out, I realized that all my work with online virtual coaching, all of the experts I've interviewed on the podcast, and the supporters and listeners who have written into the show, asked questions of our inner circle, and voted on the content by subscribing, downloading, and writing reviews, had really taught me a lot in the last 3 years. I wanted to create a series on the show that could outline a bigger and more complete picture of health and fitness. That way, somebody doesn't have to go through all 96 hours of Defining Dad Bod in order to get a good handle on how to achieve long-term health and fitness for themselves. Exercise, nutrition, and lifestyle change can be very complicated, and we live in a world that makes it even more complicated for most people. The messages of the food industry, the fitness industry, the medical industry, and even the tech industry all create a space that I call false fitness. So when I began to outline this work in December of 2019, I titled my Word document True Fitness, and the name stuck. What I've worked hard to do in this series is to create a complete picture of what constitutes true health and fitness for the long term. And today I'm going to summarize that work, and then I have some exciting news to share with you about how we're going to help you put this into practice going forward. And since this is a finale of sorts, I don't want to give anything away, but let's just say we'll have a special guest who pops in now and then, just to keep you on your toes. So first, a summary of the TRUFIT series. The series is massive, spanning 12 episodes, plus 3 interviews with industry experts to explore and make practical the topics of health and fitness as they relate to psychology, your microbiome, genetics, macronutrients, exercise, and even micro topics of interest like fasting or fat loss. If you press play on part 1, and listen to the series all the way through, it would take you about 6 hours. And while I personally believe that would be 6 hours very well spent, this finale is a great place to summarize. The first bit of the TRUFIT series begins by separating the difference between true fitness and false fitness, mainly the long-term time duration of true fitness versus false fitness. The real takeaway is that we will approach our health and fitness differently if we're working toward long-term health and fitness goals versus short-term fitness goals. And I use examples like intermittent fasting or calorie counting to outline the difference between getting ready for a vacation 6 weeks from now and setting up our lives so that we can be the kind of parents we'd like to be to our children or grandparents to our grandchildren. There's a difference between getting to your fighting weight to look great in a bathing suit and setting your sights on maintaining your type 2 muscle fibers so you can leap small toddlers in a single bound. And then with that distinction clearly made, we begin our conversations about goal setting. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Gabriel, do you know what goals are?
Mm-mm.
You don't know what a goal is?
Oh, gold.
Gold? No, not quite gold. Goals. 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 It's like something you're working hard on. Like this morning, you wanted to build a house out of Legos, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a goal. So you worked on that goal. Do you have any other goals, things that you're working on?
Yes, I am working on bunches of Legos, and I'm also working on, sometimes I'm pretending I'm working on things like on your laptop, like on my ABC laptop.
Okay, question. Do you have any fitness goals?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Ladder.
A rope ladder, yeah. Can you do it yet all by yourself?
No.
Oh. Well, how?
I tried it before, but then Mom didn't want me doing it by myself.
Do you think you could do it by yourself yet?
No, I'll just go tumbling down.
I think that if you held on really tight, you wouldn't fall off. But how are you going to get better at it?
By getting stronger.
Yeah. How are you going to get stronger?
By eating good things that have protein in it.
Lots of protein. Good job. And what about exercise? How are you going to get, is it enough just to eat well, or do you have to do other things to get stronger?
That's just all the things.
That's all the things.
Just this morning I ate eggs and...
Whoa, those muscles are legit. Nice. Oh, okay. Well, they work too. How do we create a vision of the heaven we'd like to run toward and the hell that we'd like to run away from that optimizes our motivation to control our controllables, to make the best out of every day, to become 1% better while stopping the things that we know we need to stop in order to make the most progress toward our goals? There's a difference between knowing the way and going the way. And I spent a lot of time in the initial episodes of the TRUFIT series giving you the tools and the resources to build that out well. And many of my clients have found these episodes helpful to revisit 2 or 3 times in the past 6 months. I know with everything that we have going on in the world right now, even I have hit play on episodes 1 through 3 to remind me of what the long term actually looks like and how to plan for it. Because I don't know about you, but between pandemics, protests, and the election cycle, it seems like the world at large doesn't know what's going on week to week, much less me trying to project my health and fitness 5 years in the future. So if you or somebody you know is having a difficult time looking further into the future and understanding how their personal choices right now are affecting their long-term outcomes, I encourage you to revisit parts 1 through 4 of the TRUFIT series. Nail down that health and fitness heaven and your health and fitness hell, and then, after you make your plans, set up your support system accordingly. So at least 2 other people in your life know what you're gunning for and why you're doing it. Earlier, you said that eggs have protein in them and you showed me your muscle, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I just helped people understand protein, carbohydrates, and fats. What do you know about protein, carbohydrates, and fats? Can you tell me about them?
So proteins make big muscles so you can get stronger.
Yeah, well said. And what kind of foods have protein in them?
Like eggs and steaks.
Yeah, steak and eggs. Nice.
And, also, we'll talk about sugar in a minute.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
And also that is bacon.
Bacon also has fat in it. Mm-hmm. What do fats do?
I don't know.
You don't know what fats do? Fats are used for energy, and they help to build all of your cells. And
then if I lose one and if I eat other fat, other one comes back. Mm-hmm. And then right now I have a lot.
You don't have very much. You probably have 5% body fat tops.
No, I don't. I eat a lot of bacon fat.
You eat a lot of bacon fat. Well, it looks like you use your fat really well because you don't have much on you. What about carbohydrates? What foods have carbohydrates in them?
Toast.
Toast? Toast is a good source of carbohydrates. And fruit? Fruit is a good source of carbohydrates.
So pizza have them?
Pizza definitely has carbohydrates.
Lots.
Lots of carbohydrates and lots of fats. That's why it tastes so good. Now, what do we use carbs for?
Running.
Running and fighting. There you go.
And playing and resting.
So carbohydrates are really good energy for fast, high-intensity stuff.
Yeah.
That's your favorite.
Like running. And jogging.
Show me your best jump. Nice jump, dude. All right, so that's what carbs are for. Now, what about sugars?
Sugars are like pancakes and waffles and also and cake and cupcakes.
What about chocolate milk?
If you don't take the sugar out, there's bunches of it.
Oh, how do you take the sugar out of chocolate milk?
You just don't add any.
Oh. So it's just normal milk,
Oh,
right?
yeah. But, I drink chocolate milk, but it doesn't have any sugar in it.
Oh, you're talking about your protein shake. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, it's because Gigi's has milk that has sugar in it.
Yeah.
So they don't add any milk or any sugar
To what?
to the protein shake that I drink.
Yeah, that's just milk plus protein. Yep. So that's chocolate milk without a whole bunch of sugar in it. But then there's chocolate milk that has 22 grams of sugar in it.
That would blow up.
Do we eat a lot of sugar in our house?
No.
No.
I just earn candy for doing things like this. After this, I'm going to get candy for it.
Yeah. So what are we going to go do with that sugar after you eat your candy?
We're going to go do productive things.
My man. The most common questions that I get around pursuing long-term health and fitness usually revolve around nutrition. In the past, I've prioritized nutrition changes here on the show by helping people understand how their hormone systems fit together. Things like discontinuing sugar intake and improving fiber intake can help to modulate insulin, while reducing alcohol intake and getting some vitamin D in your life can improve testosterone production. And while those things are linked closely, hormones are not the whole story about our health and fitness in the long term. As an example, many of my female clients are perimenopausal, meaning they're entering a stage in life where they don't have any control over how their ovaries are going to respond day to day, regardless of how they're sleeping, how they're eating, what supplements they're taking, or how they're exercising. Does that mean that their nutrition doesn't matter because they're a slave to their hormones? Well, some days it might feel like that, but it's not true. Their nutrition still matters, and the way that I coach them through this process is helping them dial in the quality and quantity of the food that they're eating so that they can feed themselves well to handle the challenges that they're facing and to support a better version of them so maybe they can end this whole menopause thing better than when they went in. And while that's just one example, there are many examples that I could share with you where nutrition as it relates to optimizing hormones is not always the answer. And so I spent a lot of time in the TRUFIT series unpacking macronutrients. Carbohydrates, fats, and proteins are an extremely important part of making any kind of sense out of your food journals. And since becoming 1% better every single day in the long-term view of health and fitness is the core of true fitness versus false fitness, then I thought it was very important to make sure that everybody understood what quality and quantity meant with regard to carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. I gotta say, those were difficult episodes to record, primarily because it felt a lot like teaching a master's course in nutrition in just a few short hours. At any rate, after you've spent the time developing your vision as to where you'd like to go with your long-term health and fitness, and you've marshaled your support and your resources to help you move in that direction, I hope that the practical and scientific information around your macronutrients can guide you on how best to make changes to your food journal. If you're going to achieve true fitness, you gotta feed the best in yourself. Gabriel, do you work out?
Like, sometimes.
Oh, yeah?
Just a little.
Like what? What do you do?
I try to do pull-ups, but I don't think I'm ready for those. I only can do like one.
Oh, okay. What about push-ups?
I can do like thousands of those.
You can do thousands of push-ups? And then I saw you with the kettlebell. You did deadlifts with the kettlebell, didn't you?
I also did kettlebell swings.
And kettlebell swings. How heavy of a kettlebell do you like to use for your kettlebell swings?
5.
5 pounds? Yeah, that's a good weight. That's a good weight. I like that. That's a power exercise. Now, sometimes you help me with my workouts, don't you? What kind of movements do you help me with?
Push-ups.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What do you do when you help me with push-ups?
I hold on to your neck and try not to choke you.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
And also, sometimes kettlebell swings. I don't know what I help with when you do kettlebell swings. When I help you with kettlebell.
Well, I don't use a kettlebell. I grab you and I swing you, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's like your favorite. You and Bennett both really like that one. What about pull-ups? Have you helped me with pull-ups before?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like hang on my legs and stuff. That's the hardest one.
Yeah, because you have to hold them very tight.
Yeah.
Or else you'll be tumbling right on the floor.
So do you think I'm stronger because you help me with my workouts, or do you think I'm weaker?
You're stronger.
Yeah, you make the workouts much harder for me, which means I have to be stronger. How far can you run?
About 2 miles.
2 miles?
Yeah.
And how fast do you run those 2 miles?
One is like 10 to 25.
10 to 25 miles an hour?
And then the last one, 5 to 2.
5 to 2 miles an hour?
Yeah, when I'm on the driveway, I have the 10 of 10 because you stop and take a thumbs up picture.
Yeah, we do take a thumbs up picture. Do you know why we do that? You don't know why we take a thumbs up picture?
No.
Maybe because I want to remember running with you when you're old and you don't want to run with me anymore. Do you think that's ever going to happen?
When I get a new knee, no, I'll not even run, I'll just walk.
When are you going to get a new knee?
When my knee gets old,
When your knee gets old,
I'll have 2 new knees.
you're going to get new knees?
Like Grandpa, he has just one, and I'll have just one. Then when the other, they'll take that one off and put a new knee, and then I'll have 2 new knees.
I got it. And then you won't be able to run anymore. How old do you think you're going to be when you need 2 new knees?
Like Grandpa's age.
How old's that?
I didn't ask him.
You didn't ask him? You want to guess?
Like 75.
75? That's probably a fair guess. So when you're 75, you might have 2 new knees, and then we won't be able to run anymore together.
No, but we'll be able to walk together.
That's right. Do you know how old I'll be when you are 75?
You'll be like very.
I'll be like 100.
Okay, you'll be dead.
If I'm not dead, can we still walk together? Okay, cool. A conversation about true health and fitness wouldn't be complete without addressing exercise. In the TRUFIT series, we took the time to differentiate between exercise and training, and how to fit together the phases of training to help us achieve long-term health and fitness adaptations. The short of it is, exercise is not about burning calories in the long term. Instead, exercise is about unlocking the best in our own DNA. And if we've done it right, then the unlocked parts of us manifest in a much better version of us every single week. The version of you that exercises regularly is leaner than the version of you that doesn't exercise regularly. The version of you that consistently engages in progressive cardiovascular training has a higher VO2, healthier heart, better arteries, and improved fat utilization than the version of you that doesn't do cardio regularly. And the same could be said about the version of you that does resistance training regularly. An intelligent resistance training program that helps you improve foundational fitness abilities without increasing your risk of injury and allowing for maximum recovery is going to yield a much more muscular version of you.
stronger, more agile, faster, and less prone to pain and weakness than the version of you that doesn't do resistance training. Several times in the TrueFit series, I invite you to let me do the heavy lifting with regard to your exercise programming. And while that offer is still on the table, I also took the time to make sure to bring somebody on the show who provides free resources to those that are dipping their toe in the water or just want some organizational support. Whether personalized coaching is right for you or the free resources at Derby.com give you a nice kick in the pants and some direction, my hope is that the exercise-based episodes of the TrueFit series help you to understand your exercise practice as something greater than just a way to burn calories. You are not just an engine that burns fuel or a flame that converts chemical energy to heat energy. You are a conscious human being built on a biological platform, and with the right adaptive stressors, you can unlock better in you and remove your physical obstacles to manifesting your potential. If you're not dead, you're not done.
I have just 2 more questions for you. Are you ready? Okay. Are you going to be healthy when you grow up?
Yes.
Why?
I'll eat healthy food. And I'll stay alive healthy.
You're going to eat healthy food and stay alive healthy.
And drink water more often. Because I don't really drink a lot of water.
Yeah, you forget, huh? We have to make you drink water sometimes.
Yeah, because I forget.
What else are you going to do to be healthy when you're older?
I will... I'll work out.
Are you going to work out? That's super cool. I would really enjoy doing that with you, too.
Yeah, but you might be old when I'm a grown up.
Well, maybe, but I think I'm still going to work out. You don't think old people work out?
No, because Grandpa doesn't even work out.
I guess not. Do you know anybody else who's old who might work out?
Probably you when you're old.
I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna be the buffest grandpa you ever met with giant muscles, and I'll still be able to run, or at least that's what I'm gonna try to do. You've met some of my clients who are older and they work out. What about Katie? Is she in good shape? Does she work out?
Yeah.
What'd she do?
She does the same workouts as you.
Yeah, she does.
And she's old. And that means she works out.
Uh-huh. Can she catch you when we play tag? Is she faster than you?
Probably.
Probably. So you guys are about the same speed, right?
I know I can catch her with my scooter that goes 9 miles an hour. That's faster than you. I could catch you fair and square.
With your scooter that goes 9 miles an hour? I have a secret to tell you. Guess how fast I can run?
17.
Yeah.
It would take you like 10 minutes to catch me.
All right, this is my last question. Are you ready? Okay. So there are some people listening right now who are going to try to be more healthy for themselves. Do you have anything you'd like to say to them to help them be more healthy?
Yeah.
What?
Work out good and run good, and make sure you stay healthy.
Why?
'Cause they can't die when they're very old and they're not ready to die. But they can if they get struck by lightning.
So be healthy so that when you die, it's only because you got struck by lightning, not because you weren't healthy. Is that right?
Stay healthy, 'cause when you're ready to die, you can get struck by lightning.
You crack me up, dude. Thanks for your help. I appreciate you. I love you.
Love you.
So what have we got so far? True fitness is knowing your best, a long-term vision of where you'd like to be, and a plan and support system that's set up accordingly. Whereas false fitness is a short-term fad in your life, motivated by a benchmark, without an eye on the long-term consequences. True fitness is feeding your best, where I have a great understanding of the quality and quantity of food that we should be eating daily, and instead of trying to implement somebody else's meal plan, we achieve our personal changes through a regular practice of food journaling, macronutrient awareness, and shifting ourselves and our families toward better choices. True nutrition is feeding our best, and then true exercise is unlocking our best.
A regular progressive practice focused on adaptation rather than energy expenditure will help us to achieve a more athletic, pain-free, and sustainable body composition and sustainable version of ourselves. So what's left? Well, true fitness is also about living and improving our best. Admittedly, in the TRUFIT series, I spent a lot more time focusing on the exercise, nutrition, goal setting, and support process of achieving foundational and long-term health and fitness. I am an exercise and nutrition coach after all, but with the foundation of regular exercise that's helping you unlock the best in you, regular nutrition that's feeding the best in you, and an eye on the future that knows the best for you, I'd say you're in an amazing position to live your best daily. And believe it or not, in my mind, that's what this health and fitness thing is all about. The way I see it, at the end of my life, if somebody asked me what mattered in my life, I wouldn't be telling you about how much protein I ate, the boxes I jumped on top of, or the hills that I've run up. I'd be more inclined to talk about the relationship I have with my kids, the relationship I have with my wife, the enjoyment I get out of helping my clients daily, and some of the truly awesome things that I've experienced walking on this earth. But I can tell you that those relationships and those experiences have been that much better, because though I'm not perfect, I work hard to create an energetic environment in my body, to reduce pain as much as possible, to keep myself from being a slave to the things that feel good, taste good, to be a slave to the comfort of laziness, or the taste of gluttony. In my mind, health and fitness for the sake of health and fitness is a whole lot of wasted time. But if your health and fitness can stand for something bigger than itself, if it can equip you to lead your children well and enjoy their company better, if it can inspire you to experience things you wouldn't have otherwise experienced while you're here, or remove some obstacles to enjoying those experiences, and if it can help you to be a light in your community, where frankly everyone seems to be confused about how to pursue betterment through exercise and nutrition, then I'd say you have a really good start on living your best. So what have I learned through publishing the TRUFIT series? I've learned 3 major things. First, I've said it a bunch of different ways, but I'm going to say it this way now. True health and fitness is a process, not a destination. I remember in my conversation with David Amerland comparing the journey of health and fitness to a long hike. And in practice, there are times on the hike where you feel great, and times where you come to a bench where you need to sit down and enjoy the view. But since we have one body, and when it stops working, that's the end of your time here, then the journey of health and fitness is never really over. And so true fitness, as opposed to false fitness, has to be a process and not a destination. Maybe right now you're motivated to run a marathon, or maybe you're motivated to lose 100 pounds, or maybe you really want to see a six-pack in the mirror. I wish you the best in achieving those benchmarks. However, your true fitness doesn't end there. And one of the things that I work hard to do as a coach, and that I've learned to articulate better through publishing this series, is to help my listeners, my clients, and my followers to evaluate their process, to find gratitude in the journey, and to make it repeatable and enjoyable, so that when we reach those destinations or those benchmarks, we're not fooled into thinking we've gotten there and suddenly life is going to get much better. Instead, we get to stop, enjoy the view, and then when it's time, keep moving forward. True fitness is a process, not a destination. The second thing I learned about true health and fitness is that it's very rare. I'm going to whine for just a second. Do you know how hard it was to find experts to interview who actually have some substance to their true fitness journey? I brought on Bruce Cooper, Cynthia Thurlow, David Amerland, and Dr. Tro to talk through interesting topics, both scientific and psychological, that many clients run into on their health and fitness journey. There's a great field of experts in the world on microbiomes, fasting, fitness, and diabetes, but these 4 experts are also pursuing long-term health and fitness for themselves and teach the same to their clients and patients. That's difficult, since many of the other people that I've found in the industry want you to buy their 8-week detox protocol while posting misleading advice on social media. True fitness is rare in our world today, not just among experts, but among everyday people. Frankly, it's just easier to fall into a state of unconsciousness around our own health and fitness goals and suddenly be snapped into a short-term fad that we really hope works for us before falling back into our old habits and way of being. Change is hard, and long-term change is rare. And I really hope that by publishing these episodes in the past several months, I've made it easier for you to see the picture and become one of those who's walking the rare path, the difficult one, but the worthwhile one. And if that's you, keep up the good work. Every single year, you'll be more and more happy you did. The last lesson I've learned through publishing the TRUFIT series is that true fitness requires support. Now notice I didn't say it's easier with support. I said it requires support. And I'm going to explain the distinction. If you would have asked me in December of 2019 whether it was more important that somebody has support in their life or that they personally are committed and disciplined toward bettering themselves, I would have chosen the latter. I would have told you that it's much more important that somebody is disciplined and committed to improving themselves than it is to have support in their life. The reason I would say that, by the way, is because you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make the horse drink. It's been one of my biggest frustrations in coaching, especially when it comes to helping those in my life who are close to me, who I know need to make changes, but they're not ready to make those changes yet. And so I do my best to lead by example and hope that they come around eventually. However, what I've realized in the TRUFIT series is this. If you are ready to make a change, and you are responsible to yourself, and you take up the mantle of discipline and commitment in pursuing your own goals, that's amazing. It's a powerful first step, and it will definitely yield results for you. However, you are going to trip and fall. You are going to encounter obstacles, and you're not going to be able to overcome them by yourself. And that's the thing about long-term health and fitness. Knowing how to exercise, knowing what to eat, resolving to do it regularly, those things won't sustain you in the days when your mindset's garbage, when the world closes down because of a virus, when your kid doesn't sleep very well tonight, when you wake up with unexplained stomach pain that persists for weeks, and it turns out you have to change everything about your menu. There's an old quote that says, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, bring your friends. And I've got to say, through researching, publishing, and connecting with others on the episodes of the TRUFIT series, that sentiment's never been more real to me. I would not be able to pursue true health and fitness for myself all of the time without the support of my wife, without the inspiration and encouragement of my clients and social circles, without the constant nagging push of my boys, and without the regular assurance that people are watching and they want me to succeed on my own health and fitness journey. It's true that you will not make any headway on your own personal health and fitness goals until you decide that you're going to make some changes, that you're going to confront the obstacles no matter how hard they are, and that you're in this for the long haul. But it's also true that you're fooling yourself if you think it's only going to take your resolve to make it happen. You're going to have bad days, and you're likely going to have enough of them to knock you off that wagon so hard that you'll be stuck there for a while. Pity the man who falls down and has no one to help him up. If you're in that boat and you're ready to make the commitment to becoming 1% better every single day, I hope you'll join our online community at the Defining Dad Bod Inner Circle. We're not perfect, but we're not alone. And while that's been a difficult lesson for me to learn, it's been a powerful one, and I'm thankful for it. Thanks for letting me share those lessons with you. I hope they resonated. And now, closing down the TRUFIT series, I promised you some awesome news, so here it is. In the coming months, we at Defining Dad Bod will be hosting an intensive mastermind to help you to apply the TRUFIT principles to your health and fitness journey. A mastermind is a regular meeting with like-minded individuals that revolves around a curriculum that will lead you through the changes that you'd like to make. Our last mastermind was the Hormone Mastermind, and we launched that in August of 2019. It was a powerful time, and many individuals said it was the most impactful thing that they purchased that year. This year, we're set to do the same thing, beginning the first week of August. The 6-week TRUFIT Mastermind will lead you through goal setting, exercise programming, nutrition change, and lifestyle improvement to create better long-term health and fitness for you, your family, and your community. Along with the release of our TRUFIT Mastermind, we'll also be publishing an ebook at Defining Dad Bod. Whether you do the mastermind or not, the TRUFIT ebook will support you in making positive and powerful long-term health and fitness changes that will make you 1% better every single day. And that'll also be coming in August. When the time comes, if you want access to those resources and you want to be contacted about more information regarding them, I've put a link in the show notes below at definingdadbod.com/TRUFIT. At the top of that page, there's a sign-up form to get more information, so when registration opens for our mastermind and pre-sales launch for our ebook, we'll shoot you an email and keep you informed. Also, if you're on that list, you'll get a price break on both of them as a thank you for following our TRUFIT series and for being excited and ready to commit yourself to being 1% better every single day. Again, you can find that form at definingdadbod.com/TRUFIT. I'd love for you to join our mastermind. I can't wait for you to be a part of that group and see what we can accomplish through great education, solid support, and a laser focus on our nutrition, exercise, and lifestyle. Thanks so much for joining us as we close down Season 2 of Defining Dad Bod. We've got so many powerful things coming on the horizon, and I can't wait to share them with you. This has been Alex Van Houten with Defining Dad Bod. Until next time, guys, kick butt, take names.
The free, practical advice and conversations here remain unbought and unbiased thanks to the support of listeners just like you. If this episode's been helpful to you, please share it with somebody in your life who you know it will benefit. Then, subscribe to the podcast and leave us a raving review to tell others what value Defining Dad Bod has brought to your health and fitness journey. And finally, if you want more Defining Dad Bod, consider joining our online community. We send a lot of free perks and resources your way, and I, Coach Alex, go live every month to talk through our listeners' health and fitness questions to make the practical science of this show applicable to everyday life. Everyone's welcome, and we'd love to have you. For more information about joining the Inner Circle or becoming a supporter of the Defining Dad Bod podcast, go to definingdadbod.com/inner circle. That's definingdadbod.com/inner circle.